What's up, YouTubers? So this is a brand new belt review for yous, and this is a very special one. The reason why this is special is because this belt didn't get as long venture as what other versions of the WWE Championship belt had gotten. So this belt was introduced in 2002, in April 2002. Anybody that knows the Alliance storyline, when it was coming towards the end of 2001 and the WWF beat the Alliance, they were left with two championships. So you had the Big Eagle right here, and you also had the Big Gold. So going forward, they decided that they need to have just one championship belt. So they created the Undisputed Championship in December of 2001, won by Chris Jericho. And but over the few months, they were contemplating getting a new just solo belt. And they came up with the belt that I've got today. This was introduced by Ric Flair on an April episode of Monday Night Raw and given to the then champion Triple H. It is, of course, the WWE Undisputed Championship belt. And look at that. That is beautiful. What an awesome looking belt. Fun fact, the last traditional old school design championship belt done by the WWE for this championship, they still had the traditional Big Gold after this disappeared. But as far as the WWE Championship is concerned, this was the last traditional looking belt. And if you just look up here, you can see there's the WWE logo. Then you have a beautiful eagle under there. You have the banner that says World Wrestling Federation or World Wrestling Entertainment, depending on which version you have. Under there is a black globe. Personally, I would have rather had this in blue, but it still works. Then under there you have a banner that says champion with two diamonds on either side of that. And then you have the nameplate for Eddie Guerrero, and coincidentally enough, it is the same writing that was done for Eddie when he held the championship. As we go further into the belt, there's more diamonds. You have one here, one here, one here, and one here. And then throughout the belt, there on the main plate, there's stars and sort of like the mesh flowery effect that was on the Big Gold. So what they had done was they combined both belts together to get this, which is pretty awesome, I have to say. And then if we go into side plates 1, 2, and 3, you get the McMahon coat of arms on a shield here. You have the lion holding the shield, and then on here you have sort of the same flowery mesh effect all on this plate. Same mesh flowery design on here with a shield with the WWE logo, and then diamonds on here. And then on this plate you have the property of World Wrestling Federation or World Wrestling Entertainment on a shield as well, so whichever version you have. And as far as I know, on the updated 2020 version, this has been updated too. And if you go on to side plates 4 and 5, same design as the other side. You have a lion holding the McMahon coat of arms with the flowery mesh effect, and a shield with the WWE logo in front of the mesh effect here. So each side plate is sort of like a little shield within a shield, which is really cool. And if we go on the back, you guys know I like doing this. It's become a trademark for me now. It is a little flashy to say that it is the property of the World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Entertainment, and this year belt was 2005. So this was one of the last ones. It was introduced in 2002, and this disappeared in 2005. So this is one of the last versions. Then you have the bolts on the back of the leather here, not covered up, and the nameplate has actually been attached properly to the belt. No screws for that, so the nameplate comes with the belt. You can't detach it, which is fine. That's cool. And wow, I've seen this before. You know, this is not my belt. This is actually a friend of mine's. He's allowed me to polish it up and review it for him. And look at the curve on that. That is crazy. That is, I've seen the curve, but now that I'm actually looking in better detail of it, that is awesome. That is a hell of a curve. I'll turn it around so you can actually get a better view of it here. Not as big as what the belt has at the moment. The up-to-date version, like the actual Eddie Guerrero Signature Series or the updated version of this, but you know, that is a hell of a curve. That's cool. And no gold tip on here. And also, those that are interested, on the actual strap of the belt, there is WWF WWE Champion under the plates, and they go all the way around the belt. Well, the plate part of the belt, which is really, really cool. So, history. Let's get into the history of it. So, like I say, this was introduced in 2002. It was given to Triple H by Ric Flair in April of 2002, and ever since then, it has been given to the champions of the likes of Hulk Hogan, won it from Triple H. The Undertaker won it from Hulk Hogan. And then going into July of 2002, in a triple threat match, The Rock won it. In August at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, who a lot of people associate this belt with, this and like him and Eddie Guerrero, a lot of people say this is their belt, plus Kurt Angle. So Brock Lesnar beat The Rock at SummerSlam. And at the time, the youngest WWE champion at the time, at 25. Randy Orton would beat him some years later, but hey ho. And over the course of 2002, Brock Lesnar held it for a couple of months to sort of symbolise that he was the man that they were going for. And in November of 2002 at the Survivor Series, the Big Show had beaten him. And then a month later, they were kind of going hot potato with the championship in 2002. I have no idea why. As far as I know, this is the most times that the WWE Championship has changed hands in 2002. Because if you start off in 2002, you had Chris Jericho, you had Triple H, you had Hulk Hogan, you had The Undertaker, you had The Rock, you had Brock Lesnar, and you had The Big Show. And then leaving 2002 in December, ended up being Kurt Angle, who beat The Big Show. So that's crazy. That's a lot of champions for the WWF WWE. And leaving 2002, going into 2003, you had Brock Lesnar win it back from Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19. Great match, by the way. Amazing match, because it was two pro wrestlers going at it. If you watch the end of the match, those that know or have seen the match know it is what I'm talking about. There's the finish on the match. Brock Lesnar, for some reason, decided to go for a shooting star press when he really didn't, and the best of it is as well, he was too far away from Kurt Angle to actually do it properly. Brock Lesnar ended up near enough killing himself, but he did end up winning the match, and still goes down in history as one of the greatest WWF WWE Championship matches in WrestleMania history. And in 2003, Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle sort of played hot potato with the championship again, going back and forth between them. That's how Brock Lesnar became a 5-time, 6-time WWE champion, because of the hot potato thing. And then in February of 2004, this belt was quite rightly so won, should I add, by Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. That was pretty special. It was pretty special, because in 2004, Chris Benoit had won the Royal Rumble, and a lot of people thought that he was finally going to get this. He had been in several matches for it previously, but finally they thought he was going to get this. He didn't, however. He ended up going for the World Championship. Nothing wrong with that, but he ended up going for the World Championship, and Eddie got the opportunity to go for this one. So Eddie won it in 2004, held it for several months, and then it eventually went to, of all people, which nobody saw this coming, it actually went to John Bradshaw Layfield, or just JBL or Bradshaw, whichever you know him as. I know him as Bradshaw. I will always call him Bradshaw, because just respect wise. And yeah, he is the lock for this design. He is still to this day the longest reigning WWF WWE champion of all time. I think John Cena's beaten him, because John Cena's held it for quite a long time as well. From when he beat JBL at WrestleMania 21, and John Cena became the WWF WWE champion in 2005. And unfortunately, not unfortunately that John Cena was the champion, just unfortunately this died. This version died. This version faded away, because those that know anything about John Cena back then, he had the rapper gimmick, and he had previously done it with the United States Championship, where they introduced a spinner belt, and keeping with the theme, I don't think he would have done it now. The way John Cena evolved, I don't think he would have had it now, but so we went from this to this, to the spinner belt. In my honest opinion, this should have just been a gimmick. This should have been a gimmick for the championship. It should have been John Cena's belt, like what they did with the Smoking Skull belt for Austin. This should have just been John Cena belt. Whenever he lost it, it should have went back to this. But instead, this belt went from 2002 to 2005, and then this one went from 2005 to 2013. So that became the signature WWF WWE Championship. That have seen my video if on the belt, I go into some detail about that. I'll put the description down below so you guys can check that belt review out. Please do. So yeah, this never had as long longevity as the rest of the championships, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. Kind of sad because this is, like I say, it's an awesome design. That's the only, I'm going to use the Miz's words here. It is an awesome, awesome design. You know, it's, why they never kept this going, I have no idea. Yes, Vince McMahon was going for John Cena way of thinking, but as soon as John Cena came out of the rapper persona and sort of became more of himself, this should have came back, in my opinion. I mean, in the fall of 2005, when the storyline came around that they actually stripped John Cena of the championship, Eric Bischoff, fun fact here, and I've told Eric Bischoff this himself when I've been to a meet and greet with him, Eric Bischoff came out on Monday Night Raw with this version, okay, not the spinner belt, this version, and Eric Bischoff is actually the last man to hold the traditional looking championship. Even though he wasn't the champion, he is the last man to hold this and show it on TV. So that's a bit of a fun fact for you. And then after that, we have never saw it again. I think we've only ever saw it at Fan Access in the championship display case that they had at Fan Access over the last few years. And as far as I know, this is a still to this day, very, very popular belt. It's one of my favourites anyway. I've also seen folk repaint the globe and the stars where they are, where the globe is blue, which would be kind of nice actually, and the stars are sort of red, white and blue to represent the US. And those that don't know, fun fact, more fun facts as well. I like my fun facts. There's quite a few versions of this championship going around as well. There is the WWF version, okay, which is classed as version 1. And then there's also, I think, maybe versions 2 to 4. And what I mean by versions is that the paint job on these have been altered ever so slightly, where the eagle is sort of stayed the same with its black lining, but on the flowery pattern, mesh pattern, it's sort of been wiped out, where the eagle becomes more vibrant, you know. And that version's kind of cool too. If you guys I'll put a link in the description below to a friend of mine, to Hazard F5. If you go and check out his belt reviews, he actually has an F version of this championship, and it is bloody awesome. It's a bit smaller than what this is, but it is an awesome, awesome looking belt. So go and check out his page, little shout out to him there. And so let's finish this off. So a little thank you out there to the sponsor of this channel, meatandpotatoes.co.uk. If you are from the Edinburgh area and you're from Portobello or Preston Pans, you can actually go online to these guys and You can get some t-shirts that represent Portobello or Press and Pans. You can also get face masks, and you can get bags for life. So by all means, go out there and support the community of Portobello Press and Pans. As far as I know, more areas are coming, and they're looking to broaden their catalogue with more clothes as well, like hoodies, caps, jogging bottoms. I don't know if they're going for trainers. They might be going for trainers. I don't know. But yeah, give them a look and see what they can do for you. They go from sizes from small all the way up to bear size. Bear size, which is a triple XL. So by all means, go and check they guys out. Thank you very, very much for helping me sponsor this. You guys mean the world to me at the moment, so thank you. And also another shout out to somebody, Hazard F5, awesome guy. Me and him have started a friendship. We are helping each other out where we can, and he is unbelievable. I've got a description down here. Go and check out his videos. Give him a thumbs up. Click subscribe. You know, what he's doing for folk at the moment is, and I've put it in past videos as well. If you are fill belt collectors like ourselves, and you are wanting your belt reviewed, but you're not sure how to do it, you know, you don't have the confidence to do it, what he is offering is, if you send him pictures, or you can actually physically send him your belt, I promise you will get it back. Bear guarantee you'll get it back. He will do a review for you. Now, it doesn't matter if he's done the review before on a championship. It doesn't matter if it's from WWF, WWE to WCW. He loves WCW. ECW, TNA. I'm afraid there's only 2 belts from TNA that he could actually do, because TNA decided not to do replicas of their other belts. But anyway, All Elite, All Japan, New Japan, you know, British belts. By all means, get in touch with him, you know, and he'll see what he can do for you. So that's Hazard F5. Go and check him out, and good guy, you know. So by all means, give him a shout out and see what he can do for you. So I'm just going to leave it here, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for watching this. If you want to comment below, by all means, go for it. Click subscribe. And, you know, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for, you know, being a fan. I mean that. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and stay safe, guys.